Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to look at probability. So just a quick note, probability is looking at the odds of an event occurring. When we roll a die, the odds of getting a 2 is 1 out of 6. This does not mean that if we roll the die 6 times that we will definitely get a 2. It means that it is likely that we will get at least 1 2 after 6 rolls. It is still possible that when we roll the die 20 times, we never get a 2. So let's look at some sample space. A sample space is a list of all the possible outcomes of an experiment. So example 1, determine the sample space of the following. Tossing a coin. So we can get heads or tails. So the sample space is, open bracket here, heads, comma, tails, close bracket like that. So this is the sample space. What happens if we toss 2 coins? Well, we can get heads, 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 tails, tail heads, or tails tails like that. Tossing 3 coins, so we can have heads with all of this happening, and then we can have tails with all of this happening. And so now we have 8 possible outcomes in our sample space. Another way of finding sample space is called a tree diagram. So we have 2 coins here. What happens? What's our sample space if we have 2 coins? So we flip. We can either have a heads or a tails. If we have a heads, the next coin we can have a head or a tails. And so the possibility here is head head. Next possibility is head tails, like that. Or if we got tails in the beginning, the second coin we can have heads or tails. So we can have tail heads or tail tails, like that. And so this is our sample space. Okay, let's look at sample space for 3 coins. So we can start out with heads or tails. Once we have heads, we can have heads or tails as our second. And then again, our third coin, heads, tails, like that. And so the possibility here is head, head, head. Other possibilities, head, head, tail, head, and head, tail, tail. And then likewise on the tail side of the 3 coins. And so here all our possibilities are listed, and so we write that inside of our sample space. Okay, next, rolling a die 1 to 6. So our sample space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Picking a ball from a bag. Here we have a 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So our sample space is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. The sum of rolling 2 dice. So we roll 2 dice, one outcome is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 4, 1 plus 5, etc., etc., etc. And so here is our list of possibilities, and we write all of these numbers within our sample space bracket like this. So we have 2, we have 2 3s, so 3 3, 3 4s, so we'll go 4 4 4, etc., etc. Okay, practice number 1. Using a tree diagram, determine the sample space of having 2 children born. B for boy, G for girl. And then B, without the use of a tree diagram, determine the sample space of having 3 children born. So go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Okay. So, 2 children, boy, girl. If it's a boy, then another boy, girl like that. If it's a girl, then another boy, girl like that. So BB, BG, GB, and GG are the elements of our sample space. And so now for 3 children, we start with boy, and then we can have all these outcomes like that. Or we start with girl, and then we have all these outcomes, and so it goes like that. And if you're not too sure about this, you can go ahead and do a tree diagram for the 3 children, and you will get this same answer. Practice 2. Determine the sample space where the product of 2 dice is calculated. Go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Okay, we're back. So product of 2 dice, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a product. So 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 2, 2, 1 times 3, 3, etc., right? 4 times 3, 12, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 5, 20, etc. So this is our list that goes inside of our sample space set like that. So we have 1, 1, we have 2, 2, so 2, 2, and then we have 2, 3, so 3, 3, and we have 3, 4, so 4, 4, 4, etc., etc. Okay. Probability. So PE is the probability of an event E, and S is our sample space. So the probability of an event, we look at the number of outcomes of E over the number of outcomes of S. And so you write NE over NS like that. So let's look at some examples. Example 2, A. What is the probability of getting heads when one coin is tossed? So we're looking for P heads or PH. And our sample space has two possibilities, heads or tails. So the bottom is 2, and the probability of getting heads is 1 out of those 2. So it's 1 over 2 as probability of getting heads. B. What is the probability of getting the same face value when 2 coins are tossed? So P head head or tail tail. So we have head head, tail tail, so that's 2 out of 4, which is 1 over 2, like that. C. What is the probability of getting at least 2 heads when 3 coins are tossed? So here's our sample space when 3 coins are tossed, and so we have at least 2 heads. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like that. So at least 2 heads, 4 out of 8, because there's 8 total, so 1/2, like that. D. What is the probability of getting a sum of 7 with a 2 dice roll? So we look back at our figure that we had of a sum like this, and we count all the 7s, and so there are 6 7s out of 36, right? It was a 6 by 6, so that's 36 total, and if you rewind earlier, you'll notice that there are 6 7s among that list. So the probability of getting 7 is 1 out of 6. Okay. Time for some practice. So I'll read the questions with you. A. What is the probability in getting at least 1 heads when 2 coins are tossed? B. When having 3 children, what is the probability of having at least 2 boys? C. What is the probability of rolling a product of 12 with 2 dice? D. What is the probability of picking a black 2 from a deck of cards? E. What is the probability of spinning a 3 on this wheel here? So go ahead, pause the video, and answer those questions. Okay, we're back. So at least 1 head, so we have head, 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 like that. So PE is 3 out of 4, like that. B. At least 2 boys, so here, 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 and here, like that. That's from our sample space earlier. So PE is 4 out of a total 8, so PE is 1/2, like that. C. What is the probability of rolling a product of 12 with 2 dice? So you probably look back at the figure that we had, and it was product, and there were 4 12s there, and so it's 4 out of 36, which reduces to 1 over 9. D. What is the probability of picking a black 2 from a deck of cards? Well, a 2 black, there's 2 of them. There's the 2 of spades and the 2 of clover. And so we have 2 out of 52, like that. So 1 out of 26. And E, what is the probability of spinning a 3? We notice that they're all equal size, so it's 2 out of 5, like that, as our probability. Okay, practice number 3, F. Maria says that the sample space for spinning the arrow is ABC. Is she correct? And if not, what is the correct sample space? Go ahead and pause the video and answer that. Okay, so here we have non-equal size, so we're going to make it equal size like that. So we notice A, B, C, 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 and so that is our sample space. Okay, properties of probability. So the probability of an event occurring is either 0 or it's in between 0 or 1. 1 is 100%, 0 is in 0%. PE0 means that the event cannot occur. PE1 means that the event E will definitely occur. There's a certainty of 1 there, 100%. 4. PE bar, you see this little bar on top of the E? This means the probability that E will not occur. And so we notice that in a pool here, we have PE and then we have non-PE, and they add up to 1. And so P not E, is, this section here, is 1 minus PE, like that. The probability of all outcomes add up to 1. Okay, so let's do some practice. There you go. Practice 4. A. If PE is 3 out of 5, what is PE bar? B. Give an event where E is not going to happen. Give an event E where PE is 0. C. Give an event E where PE is 1. So go ahead and pause the video and answer those. Okay, we're back. So PE bar, 1 minus PE, 1 minus 3/5, which gives 2/5, like that. B, where PE is 0. So rolling a 7 from a 1 to 6 die. You can't roll the 7, so P7 is 0 for sure. C, give an event where PE is 1. Well, we notice if we spin this, we can get 1 or 2. And so there you go. We're going to have probability of 1 or 2 is 1. You will definitely get a 1 or a 2 when you spin. And that's it. It's that easy. I'll see you guys in the next video.